Okay, where was I? That pedestalize your partner, your wife or husband. No, you don't do that. In fact, you don't put them on a pedestal. You keep it the way it is. You gotta understand that they're not perfect. Every flaw that you have, they have the same flaws. It's just some of their flaws. Either A, they hide them very well, or they're very small and minute that you wouldn't even notice it. But that's the thing that most times most relationships end because a woman will pick the smallest thing about the man, the smallest, and turn it into the biggest thing. As in, this ain't gonna work because you're not perfect. Like he's supposed to work on the flaw. But here's the thing: men are actually doing the work, especially, and even black men, they're doing the work. So they actually, some of us, a good amount of us are going to therapy. We're doing that inner shadow work that y'all women asked us to do. Y'all said it's supposed to be more emotional intelligent. Well, a lot of us are doing that. But as we begin to do it, now, I hate to say it, but some of us are starting to be like, okay, well, if I'm doing the work, what are you doing? Now the mirror's being held up to you is all of a sudden now it's like, that's not what you wanted to sign up for. Like, no. If you could tell me about my flaws and what I need to fix and correct, then you should be doing the same. Because let's face it, we can't sit here and hold one half accountable, not the other. And now that I'm thinking about it, this moral high ground, you can't tell us as men that we're supposed to do all these things to work on ourselves, and you just keep going by doing nothing. And I don't say this because it's an attack. I say this because, one, this disconnect that we have, if we keep this up, it's going to be very hard for the next generation. Because it's affecting the generation below us, what they call them, the Gen Zers and all them. And then my children, they say born from 2016 till now, are considered Gen Alpha. Or as they call them, the Pharaoh generation. Which they are. They are the Pharaoh generation. But if we don't stop this, and we don't start telling how life was before it became this, and start correcting each other, start holding each other accountable, and stop with these narratives of trying to use blanket statements for a small population of men as the one rotten apple is tainted all, when the same could be said for the other side. Like I said, I'm just only speaking on from a logical standpoint, because that's the only thing that I do know. Granted, yes, do emotions fly? Of course. Hey, how you doing? Do emotions fly? Of course they do. Everybody has their emotional points. Everybody has their breaking points. Like some of mine was allowing others to have control over me to get their emotional reaction. But I got to the point now where I don't really get the emotional reaction. I'm trying to make logical sense of it. But here it is. I keep trying to make logical sense dealing with somebody who doesn't want to be logical at times. Emotions first. Logic is, I can't even say second. Sometimes. And that's why I try to, now I'm at the point in my life where I try to basically distance myself from it. Because it's like, nope. What goes on in your life, it doesn't have nothing to do with me. Only thing I need to worry about is the children that we have. But anyway, back to what I was saying. We gotta get back from being so disconnected and at war with each other, because that's not how it used to be. That was something that we were trained up and conditioned to believe. And it takes a lot of unlearning and relearning. It's time to let go of that negative and start looking at the positives of life, or the good of it. Stay tuned.